guess we're live.
Yeah, I think so.
Sweet.
Hello, friends.
Good evening to all. I realized that my brain hadn't fully shifted into live stream mode out of work mode. Took me a second to be like, oh yeah, address someone else and don't go into your work spiel. We're gonna be hanging out with y'all tonight, having a good time, chatting, telling stories, singing some songs. If you have any requests, let us know.
Gotta take it all in.
Oh,
We haven't
yeah.
done YouTube before. Like, yeah, we can see comments.
Yeah, we're adjusting to new platforms, trying new things. I mean, it's lockdown. You gotta try new things.
Should we kick it off with a song?
Let's do it. Hi, Dad.
What you want to play?
I was gonna ask you that. I don't know. You want to do September? We just did
Sure.
that one. This is an old one for a new record. This was the first one that we finished for the new record, and I want to say we wrote this back in like February of 19, not 18. That was folklore era.
Yeah, that's too far back. For me.
Yeah. No, but we definitely started playing this when we went to South by Southwest last year. But yeah, it was a fun co-write with a buddy of ours, and this is the song that came of it. So this is one called September. Watch you slip through my fingers, falling out of time. You burned this house to cinders, like nothing here was mine. Now I'm left sifting through the ashes. Was it something about September? I don't know. 'Cause everything around me's changing. I'm trying to let go. Was it a trick of the light or a change in the weather? Maybe it's something about September. I know you're often tired, but darling, so am I. I still search for hours, and you didn't even try. Now I'm left sifting through the ashes. Was it something about September? I don't know. 'Cause everything around me's changing. I'm trying to let go. Was it a trick of the light or a change in the weather? Maybe it's something about September. You set my heart on fire. That's a warmth you never felt.
buddy, what beer do you have tonight?
I've got Yazoo's Sly Rye Porter.
Ah, classic.
Classic.
This is not an ad, we are not sponsored. But Cody drinks a lot of that beer, so we could be.
If Yazoo wants to sponsor us, that'd be great.
That would, yeah, you know. I mean, they gave you that discount code that one time, because they're like, thanks for essentially keeping us afloat during lockdown. I guess that's as close as we get for now.
Close enough.
I guess we should mention tonight and tomorrow night, everything that goes toward our Kickstarter is going to be mashed, which is super exciting. We had a really great time doing the mashing thing a couple weeks ago, and so we had somebody else step up and say, hey, do the matching thing again. I'll match it. So we are super grateful and very much excited.
On the home stretch now,
yeah.
In the last week.
Less than. It's Thursday. It ends Monday night. Yeah. That's the number of days as I check it, it all of a sudden feels like fewer and fewer. Like that, the stress of that did not move in a linear fashion in the same way that the calendar day did. But yeah, we are definitely on the home stretch. We've got like 30% to go.
Getting there.
Getting there. I believe in us and you, therefore. It's been a ride. I talked a little bit about it last time, but we've been gearing up to do this Kickstarter basically since the beginning of the year.
Yeah, adjusting our plans all the way as
Yeah.
the world changed.
Like, sometimes day to day it was like, and we're gonna entirely redo the plan and push everything back like 4 months. See what happens then.
There was a time I swear you were redoing our release plan every other day just to keep yourself busy.
Yeah, that sounds like me. I'm not gonna back away from that. That's entirely on brand for me. This is coming up under my D Club email.
Hi, Aunt Jeannie.
Hello. Thanks for dropping in. Again, if anybody has questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions, things you want to hear, let us know, please. Otherwise, we're going to be rambling as usual, but we should probably do another song.
I say we do another new one.
Let's do another new one. I
Off
picked
that
that
new
one.
album.
So it's your turn. Tag, you're it.
You want to do Ghost Towns?
Yes. Because it's almost Halloween.
I know, it gets spooky.
Uh-huh. So this is gonna be a single in the beginning of the new year. This one's called Ghost Towns. There's nothing quite like the people left walking around ghost towns. The rings round their eyes and the way that they drift on the wind. They're still following echoes from past lives they lived. They remind me of stories I heard as a kid. So how do I set you free when the lost don't want to be found? And how do I get you to see that there's nothing left here for you now? That there's nothing left here for you now. Stretching on tiptoes to reach for a reason to hold on. But I'm falling forward, they're falling back into themselves. Yeah, they're walking their circles of personal hell. And they sigh like the sound of the night in the elves. So how do I set you free when the lost don't want to be found? And how do I get you to see that there's nothing left here for you now? That there's nothing left here for you now. Are you scared of dying? Are you fighting
nothing left here for you now. But there's nothing left here for you now.
Am I allowed to be like, oh, it's so pretty. It's our song. We did that. Like, the way that one came together, so pretty.
One of my favorites.
Definitely. I feel like it's not as bad as like having favorite children, but I still feel a little bit bad sometimes for having favorite songs. But what are you gonna do when it's pretty? It's pretty.
That's true. Your phone's sitting in a puddle of water.
My phone is sitting in a puddle of water. Thanks, Cody. Cody here to save the day.
Mm-hmm.
Save my electronics.
Can't be affording new phones over here.
No. Freebird, thanks, Dad. Fun fact about my dad, he's about to get put on the spot. He he moved recently. I don't know his status with the band currently, but he's a drummer. And they have spent many a year playing at, like, in the free campgrounds at NASCAR events. So I feel like he is channeling all the heckling that he has received over those years right back at me, which I should have expected, honestly. Yeah. Thanks, Deb. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
You want to talk studio for a minute, maybe?
Sure.
Sure. Since we were talking about how much we like that one coming together.
Yeah.
It was so... I think we did strings, and then... thanks, Dad. We did strings first on that, thinking of overdubs. And then we had the little morning on the Mellotron in the control room.
Oh, yeah.
With Charlie putzing around on that. We spent a lot of time playing with Mellotron sounds, and for anyone who doesn't know what that is, because I decidedly didn't actually know what a Mellotron was when I came in, so when people kept being like, oh yeah, well, there's some Mellotron on that, I'm like, I can't agree to this without knowing what instrument that actually is. It's all of them. It's a little synthy keyboardy thing, and Cody wants to laugh at me. Cody, do you want to explain it?
I mean, it's a synthesizer. It's kind of a famous one. Like, you pick basically two sounds and then you blend them. It makes some really cool textures.
Yeah.
Often used as kind of a pad texture.
See, Cody was good at that. What's your favorite sticker on your laptop and where'd you get it? Oh, thanks, Dad. If anybody wants to see the full scope of my laptop, there's going to be a delay here, so I'm just going to hold it up. Oh, there we go. Hope for the best. That's my laptop. I've got a Gregory on Isaacoff sticker on there, and Gregory is, like, my favorite. Hold on, I need to actually look. Take stock for a moment. I have a teeny tiny... It's like an inch by an inch and a half on the side. There's like a little dog that looks like he's peeking over the edge. That's another one of my favorites.
That's a good one.
I've got.
Please don't close that.
I know. I've got a little like T-Rex skull. It says "Clever Girl" in it because I like dinosaurs and Jurassic Park. Are we gonna watch Jurassic Park this year?
I mean, it's our Halloween tradition.
It's our Halloween tradition that came to be like 2 years ago on accident because
I think we're gonna have to.
They put it on Netflix, and then I lost my mind, and Cody was like, "Fine, we'll watch it," and now it's a tradition. But yeah, those are probably some of the highlights of my laptop stickers. Thank you for your insightful question, Father. I do appreciate it. But yeah, studio time, Mellotron. We had. I'll name drop a little. It makes me feel cool. Mitch Dane, the guy that engineered and co-produced our record with Evan, he won a Grammy with Jars of Clay and got several nominations with Jars of Clay, and needless to say, goes back a while with those guys. So I don't think Cody or I realized until like part of the way through the Keys day that the dude playing keyboard and Mellotron and everything for the record was a member of Jars of Clay. So that was pretty cool. That I get to put that in my back pocket and feel like a Nashville cool kid. But yeah, that's on Ghost Towns, I guess. That was, as much as I love Ghost Towns now, that was the moment. It was going so well in the studio. It was such smooth sailing. And there I was, one of the last mornings, like, wow, I didn't even, like, cry at any point in this whole time. And that was the morning that I finally, like, realized how emotionally exhausted I was. I had to run away to the bathroom to cry for, like, 10 minutes and get myself together and then come back. And now I love the part that in the moment I was like, I just don't know if I like it because I'm exhausted.
Because when Dale gets tired in the studio, there are about 5 approved instruments, and anything other than that
You know,
doesn't belong. It's okay, you're a purist.
I'm just hesitant. It's mainly because, see, I'm going to defend myself here a little bit, but it's not that I hate all music or all instruments. I'm just like, what I love about this is, you know, it's stripped down, and it's, you know, we wrote it and love it the way it is, just like this. So, like, does it need to continue to need and have all the things? And yeah. So when I'm stressed out and exhausted, I tend to get a little bit legalistic and be like, no, this isn't cohesive. No. And I know my flaws. But on the flip side of that, I tend to historically have spent a lot of time reining in Cody and Evan when they get on these, albeit very fun, daydreaming, like, oh, we can do this and that and these cool effects and all these layers, and I'm like, are we actually gonna do that though? Because I'm concerned. And they're like, no, you're probably right. That was a cool idea though. So then I get a little bit overly negative Nancy, I guess.
We should play another one.
We should play another one. Oh, you picked that one. Heck. This is also how we practice sometimes. We just make each other pick what song to play next. Let's throw it back and do Feels Like Fire.
Alright.
We collide like flint and steel.
We're lighting up like fireworks in the dark,
And I'm trying hard to just stay still.
but you're pulling me in when I'm wanting to play the part. Too young to know that it's not romance. Too young to know the way his game is played.
It's dangerous and magic, beautiful and tragic.
Feels like a fire waiting to happen. Feels like a fire waiting to start and die.
It's never gonna save my heart from you. How'd you get under my skin?
Your whispers run in my head all through the night.
I ain't proud of the state I'm in.
I'm a puppet on strings, don't think I can put up a fight. Too young to know that it's not romance. Too young to know the way his game is played.
It's dangerous and magic, beautiful and tragic.
Feels like a fire waiting to happen. Feels like a fire waiting to start and die.
It's never gonna save my heart. And lovers like that, they all just leave their ghosts burning like a fire. And I still smell the smoke. I still smell the smoke. And darling, do you smell the smoke? Feel the spark, let it pull you in.
You wanna be tempted, so come on and give me a shot.
You think you know how this begins,
But I'm taking your hand and I'm leading you into the dark. You ought to know that this ain't romance. you don't know the way the game is played.
It's dangerous and magic, beautiful and tragic.
Feels like a fire waiting to happen. Feels like a fire waiting to start and die.
Who's ever gonna save your heart for you? For you. For you.
It's always still a fun one.
Oh yeah. So I was giggling halfway through, realizing that we have a small audience of plants. It's like, oh, we're not singing to nobody.
I think you've been stuck in the house too long. I need to rein you in on these things.
Yeah, pretty much. I work from home. I sit in my room all day. That's it. So,
Also with an audience of plants.
I'll
Do your
also
job.
very much with an audience of plants that I do my job. I have like 26 plants in there. I will sit there, you know, having spent too much time by myself with an audience of plants being like, I wonder if we did a live stream and I was like, hey, somebody gives us $5, they can name a plant. I'm like, nobody's actually gonna care to do that. That's only funny to me. And maybe you. Mainly laughing at me. This is what quarantine has done to me, y'all. Please wear your mask so we can go play real shows and talk to humans that just aren't each other. Again, if anybody has requests, also, if anybody has any covers they want us to do or learn, any suggestions, let us know. Because again, there's only so many months you can sit at home without learning new things. Hey, thanks.
Thank you.
So yeah, it's your turn. You pick.
Oh no.
Ha. Mhm.
Should we do stay?
Ooh, yeah. It's another favorite.
Another we'll be single at some point.
At some point we need to figure out the same order. We'll do that not on live stream.
Thank you. Alright, stay.
Let's do it. Darling, you don't hold me close the way you used to do. And I wonder what you're thinking when I'm reaching out for you. You're trying to be patient, yeah, you're trying to be kind. But I know that you're still running from the demons in my mind. But I promise this thing in my head, it ain't got the best of me yet. Somewhere between all the wine and the chemicals that are out of whack in my mind. Somewhere between all the whiskey and the medicine that I'm drowning in to stay alive. I am often unkempt and unreasonable, but I swear to God this is me trying. I'm begging you, stay. I'm begging you, stay. I know the weight of my sins is a heavy thing to hold, but I am not yours to carry. I can lift it on my own. We're tired here together from these long and lonely nights where sighing sounds like screaming. I'm trying to make it out alive, but I promise this thing in my head, it ain't got the best of me yet. Somewhere between all the wine and the chemicals that are out of whack in my mind. Somewhere between all the whiskey and the medicine that I'm drowning in to stay alive. I am often unkempt and unreasonable, but I swear to God this is me trying. some reason I had a very distinct memory doing that, of doing the voice memo in the car to send to you. Because I was like, if I don't sing this right now, I'm going to forget it. I was sitting on the Korean Vets Bridge waiting to get onto like 65 South probably, and I'm like, nope, no cops can see me, I'm not really on my phone. Still, I'm seated at a red light, I just need to get this idea down.
I think I remember getting that one. I think I was at work at the ice cream shop.
Probably. Seems like an age
receiving
ago.
a lot of voice memos there, and sneaking in the back to listen to them. And, see what we'd be working on later.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that one came with a text something along the lines of like, I was trying to be somewhere between the Talbot brothers and Gregory and Isaacoff, because I think I started futzing with that. We got to open up for them here in Nashville for the Talbot brothers specifically. Back in October of 19.
Don't look at me. You're the one trying to remember dates.
I know. Cody never knows what year it is.
I don't care. It happened at some point.
It happened at some point. Anyway, I'm just trying to give context.
It was probably October.
It was definitely October, but that's all I know. Either way, it was right after that, and I was binging their last 2 records because they're fantastic. And of course, like, getting into a new artist is always really inspiring. So you're like, oh, that thing they did, that's nice. I like that. I should try that. And I was like, what would they do? And that's where I ended up. And that's what we did with it. Go team.
Go team.
Trying to figure out what stories to intersperse there. I don't have any like scripted song intros for any of these.
Yeah.
That's the problem here. I need a script to follow. Alright, I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, I guess it is.
You want to do Run Devil Run?
Yeah.
I know we didn't like do that one.
Yeah, no, let's do it.
As a warm up, but
we haven't done that one on the live stream in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's probably we did one with the Corpus Christi songwriters at one point. I think we did it then. It's a long time. So tell us a joke. Oh, see, that's a setup from my dad because he knows specifically that neither of us can tell jokes at all. That is the joke. It's him asking me to tell a joke. So, so yeah, this is a fun one that will not be a single. So you have to wait until the whole record comes out for this one. This is a fun one called Run Devil Run.
Run, devil, run toward the rising of the sun. Run, devil, run away from me. When you hear me coming round, you best get out of this town. And if you don't, they'll be held to pay. Something they've seen her working. Oh, she's here in the dead of night. It's a hound in the wind, they say. Like it's calling for a fight. She don't come just when you call her, but she'll be there when there's need. She's there to hunt the devil down. Yeah, she wants to see him bleed. And she says, run, devil, run toward the rising of the sun. Run, devil, run away from me. When you hear me coming round, you best get out of this town. And if you don't, there'll be hell to pay. Call her prophet, call her priestess, call her witch or patron saint. But we know Jesus ain't around no more, and there's people needing saved. Don't think God's got any part of it in the holy books or ancient tongues. But there's a bottle of fire in her hand, and there's fire in her lungs. And she says, run, devil, run toward the rising of the sun. Run, devil, run away from me. When you hear me coming round, you best get out of this town. And if you don't, there'll be hell to pay.
settle down since he's come into this world. You'll wonder if you were just dreaming, if you were some unholy brawl, but you'll feel a presence in your bones when she comes to make a call. We keep monsters in our storybooks, we hang heroes on our walls, but of the folklore and the fables, she's the tallest tale of all. And she says, running devil, ride toward the rising of the sun. Running devil, ride away from me. When you hear me coming round, you best get out of this town. And she said, run, 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 devil, run. It's all good. I could have sworn in that moment. I was like, oh no, I done goofed. Alright, too many words to remember them all. I'm always going to expect it to be me that goofed. Speaking of goofs, do we want to throw each other under the bus for times we've goofed on stage?
I guess. You've already introed it.
I mean, there's only like 2 that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't think of that. Well, sure, if I thought hard enough, we've done lots of dumb things on stage.
Well, yes.
But right off the top of my head, I don't have too many.
Right off the top of my head, the ones that I always remember are Seattle, where I just skipped straight past the bridge of river, did not...
What is already a short song.
A very short song.
Skip the whole bridge.
Skip the whole bridge. We'd been on the road for almost 2 months straight at that point. We'd taken off like a week in the middle. And at that point, you're singing a verse, and you're like, am I remembering this because I just did it? Or because I did it 3 days ago? Time is fake. So I just lost where I was. Mm-hmm. And then Cody gave me a funny look, and I'm like, I wonder why. And told me, he's like, you didn't even realize you did that, did you? And I was like, what are you talking about?
See, at least when I skipped a whole half of a song, you're going to remember what song before me.
It was Benjamin.
Was it Benjamin? Okay.
It's Benjamin.
That's why. It's one we don't play very often.
Yes.
In Florida, I skipped like the whole back half of that song accidentally.
Yeah, you just cut it out like, and looked at me and I'm like, alright, cool, I guess I'm not going to keep singing this.
I'm like, oh yeah, it's the end, right?
Those are always fun. Man, I miss... Oh, I'll throw myself really under the bus here. Because somewhere, it does exist, a video of us at a house show very early on in HLH history, where I needed to burp in the middle of a song, and I tried to lean away from the microphone to do so, but first of all, it's a house show. Everyone is, like, right there with you. And second of all, I didn't lean away far enough. So there we are, in the middle of, like, Storyteller, like, this very delicate, intimate song, and I burp, not straight into the mic. I tried, but it was...
But it was amplified.
It was amplified. It was not my proudest moment, and... Yeah. That's a fun one to shame myself for. You know, I didn't have good enough on-stage burp control yet. Can you blame me?
You've gotten a lot better since.
I've gotten a lot better.
It's a skill you wouldn't...
that you wouldn't think that you would need.
But you do.
For some reason, it's inevitable.
It's an important skill.
Oh. Alright, that one was mine. Tag, you're it. What are we doing?
We're thinking of wrapping up soon? Or...
That was kind of my thought.
I was wondering if we maybe want to just end on Soothsayer?
Ooh, that'd be a good
End
one.
on the new one?
Yeah, end on the new one. In case you haven't checked it out yet, we put out Soothsayer as a single a couple Fridays ago at this point. Again, who knows time. It is currently only available on Noise Trade, but it's available for free. It's just in exchange for your email address. You can download it, you can stream it, and then it'll be out on all normal streaming platforms on the 20th of November.
Yes.
So, yeah, we also had a really great write-up from... I'd consider him a friend now.
Yeah.
He did a couple write-ups on us in the past, and then actually ended up coming out to a show when we were on the road, so we got to meet him and hang out for an evening. So he did a write-up on this that I absolutely loved getting to read this morning. I was so very excited about it.
You can find a link to that on all our socials, I'm sure.
Oh yes,
Especially
I definitely
Facebook.
shared it all over Facebook. It's Shutter 16 magazine, so if you just search for them, it was an article today.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is a new one. This is Soothsayer. When the dice first breathe life, child, don't touch the fire. Guess the ashes have crawled from the start. In the chaos and calm, cut a slash across your palm. Promise blood, it poisons your heart. From the shadows of the crowd, there's a hand reaching out. It can offer the things that you seek. There's a price to be paid, but ain't that every trade? You're just looking for strength when you're weak. Oh, you know there's a flickering darkness, and it sings out like sirens to you. Yeah, it's sickly sweet and elegantly violent, but these tests that you take, they will someday come to. Hungry hands reaching up, crave for more, lust for blood, bring the fattened calf and slaughter the sheep. Fingers wrapped round the crown like they tore at her gown. Who will die for the secrets you keep? Oh, you know there's a flickering darkness, and it sings out like sirens to you. Yeah, it's sickly sweet and elegantly violent, but these tests that you take, they will someday come to. Ravens come like oracles, speaking in tongues, and it sounds like a song that has never felt lungs. The thing that you hate is the thing you become. Blessed are the words of the soothsaying siren. Oh, you know there's a flickering darkness, and it sings out like sirens to you. Yeah, it's sickly sweet and elegantly violent, but these days that you take, they will someday come to. But these days that you take, they will someday come to.
Such a fun one.
Such a fun one. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We've had fun.
Yeah.
I hope you've had fun.
We're going to be live again tomorrow
Yes.
on Facebook.
6 o'clock Central Time. Central Time. I remember that the reason that I didn't put time zones in the post to begin with is because I'm pretty sure we have daylight savings like Saturday into Sunday morning. And then it would be Central Standard Time, I think. But I didn't want to mess up my abbreviations in a post and look like a dummy. So yes, everything is in Central Time with us. But we'll be on Facebook tomorrow at 6, and then we will be back on YouTube Sunday at 3 for another Sunday afternoon session hangout. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, heckling parents, with your support. But yeah, come hang out with us again. It'll be a good time. Thanks, yeah.